Hey everyone, happy afternoon. It's Tuesday afternoon and it's a gorgeous day here in Rochester, New York. So this is, I believe, day 4 of uh, my sharing with you guys of U squared, which is the high velocity formula for multiplying your personal effectiveness in quantum leaps by Dr. Price Pritchett. And this is a book or a booklet that was recommended to me by my mentor, Bob Proctor of the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Many of you may recognize him from the movie The Secret, but we basically work with people at the Proctor Gallagher Institute to help brilliant people get unstuck and to get people in any walk of life going from where they are to where they want to be, and really getting them thinking about more for themselves, and getting you to think about what's really possible for you, not just based on what's happened in the past, because that's bygones, but really reimagining and re-envisioning who you are and what you can achieve. Today's chapter is really exciting. It's called U squared, and this is really talking about a concept about going beyond your just forced individual effort, really taking on and accepting the possibility that it is possible to make progress in life, not just with small, puny little changes, but truly breaking through. And there's some interesting ideas that Dr. Pritchett suggests in this chapter. So let's go through it, and hopefully it'll give you a couple of thoughts that'll get you to think about something, get you to think about yourself, really, because at the end of the day, all of this information is about the most important subject that we never are guided to study at all, and that's ourselves, and not our superficial selves, but our true selves, the essence of who we really are, the part of us that's truly infinite and connected to something infinite and powerful. So let's start off with this. So this is from U squared. Most people operate with a mindset that assumes success comes in one step at a time. The unspoken but popular notion is that we must move systematically from our present level of achievement to the next. Then the thinking goes, from that stage, we can begin working toward graduating to still the next higher level in the sequence, gradual progress. U squared implies an explosive jump in your personal performance that puts you far beyond the next logical step. Now, I don't think he is downplaying the importance of discipline and, in certain fields of study, a regimented, methodical approach towards a goal. But keep your mind open here, because I think for a lot of people, this brings up some interesting ideas in terms of the relationship with their workplace and the relationship in their schools, and perhaps where they are right now and how they're functioning in their life right now. This is an unfortunate misconception, and it's clearly reflected in the way people function. They go about day to day striving to make incremental gains in their performance. That's pretty routine. That's the pathway of conventional growth. But your life simply does not always have to operate that way. Advancing at a measured pace, step by step, from where you are to a little bit better, ordinarily feels easier, more natural, and even safer. But in certain areas of your life, you can just as easily think in terms of skipping levels. You can move from your present level of achievement to one that is several stages higher directly. You make the quantum leap. You become U squared. Instead of accepting present circumstances or being content with gradual improvement, you go for a breakthrough. Everyone, honestly, we all make a quantum leap when we're born. I mean, we go from this paradigm of living inside of our mother and receiving our nourishment in one way, and through labor and in the instant of birth, I mean, we make a quantum leap. It's a totally different paradigm, right? The unfortunate thing for a lot of people is that that is the last time they are born on the planet. I mean, really, if we're doing things right and we're really engaging with ourselves and studying more of ourselves and our own inner mechanisms and the laws of operation of thought, we should be rebirthing ourselves many times in our life, right? And this is why, certain famous people are, the most creative people are so intriguing, because they understand this process of U squared. They understand this process of quantum leaps, and it is a process. And there is a methodical way to go about it, actually. Unfortunately, most schools don't teach us this, and most academic institutions don't have this. Does it happen in those places? Oh yeah, of course. But we can actually be methodical about it, and that's what I love about our work at the Proctor Gallagher Institute and our programs, is that we have methods and we have a methodical system by which we're seeing breakthroughs all the time. It's wonderful. So U squared implies an explosive jump in your personal performance that puts you far beyond the next logical step. It's a formula for stunning advances in achievement and the realization of your dreams. The concept is one of exponential gains rather than incremental progress. You might compare it to multiplying instead of adding. It means a geometric progression in your effectiveness. That's exciting as well as provocative, but it gets even better, because remember, quantum leaps can come without apparent effort. Now, it doesn't mean that there's no energy put into it. It doesn't mean that, for us to make a quantum leap, there's no action, there's no attention or intention or persistence. But there isn't the struggle, right? There isn't the struggle. There can be effort, but not necessarily struggle. So, and they come without apparent effort, because these, Dr. Pritchett mentions Dr. Wolf's book, in which he talks about these subatomic particles making these quantum leaps between different orbits without apparent effort. And they're in harmony with the laws of nature, the laws that, define and keep the universe in order, basically. So these are high velocity moves that can carry you to dramatically higher performance levels without a time-consuming struggle. All right, this is so great. This is so great. Quantum leaps seem to violate common sense utterly. The idea of moving to a higher orbit and skipping several rungs on the achievement ladder in the process strikes people as far-fetched, maybe even outrageous. After the fact, quantum leaps may be viewed as practical, sensible, even obvious moves, but they typically do not come to you as obvious moves at the moment. Yeah, this is so beautiful. Think about this, guys. Have you ever witnessed, or have you ever experienced in your own life times when there's a move that you are compelled to make in life, and sometimes if you wait too long, your hand is forced into making a move, but in hindsight, you think, oh my gosh, that in hindsight, it was so self-evident that I should have made that decision and just made the leap, but the unknown and the fear of the unknown held me back. After the fact, quantum leaps may be viewed as practical, sensible, even obvious moves, but they typically do not come to you as the obvious moves at the moment. And I'd ask myself, because I've been reading and rereading this book for many years and really getting deep into the ideas behind this in many different contexts in my life. And they do not come to you as the obvious moves at the moment. And well, why isn't it obvious if it's really the correct move, and a move that's going to bring out more of who you are and is going to allow you to be more of who you are in the world? What does that have to say with our expectations of how things have to be, right? Perhaps it's our expectations that are wrong. Perhaps it's all these systems that we have set up really to appeal to the lowest common denominator, and not really to, the higher identity of each individual to step up and to move forward and to break through. We're not really paying attention to each individual person's breakthrough process. We're more paying attention to, is this person, going in line with a system? And, and that has its benefits too. I mean, you don't want entire chaos either in a society, but I think, there's space here, and there's attention and intention that needs to be put into both here, and to creating these, and the best teachers really do that, educare, educators, bringing out what's within, and they're bringing out these breakthroughs and these quantum leaps from within. It's really, I mean, this is why teachers are so important, and good teachers are so important, because they are dealing and recognizing, investing, and growing our most precious asset, which is our potential, our gifts, and the unseen that can become seen through our belief and then persistent action. So U squared, the quantum leap strategy, can deliver those special dreams and ambitions that you instinctively feel should be yours. But the breakthrough demands a radical departure from some of your habits. Okay, get into this, guys. I'm sorry, but I am not going to deliver information that is digestible by goldfish attention spans, because the really juicy stuff comes to those who are going to invest their mental attention and really get into the deeper meanings of all these things, okay? So what do you feel are ambitions and dreams that instinctively feel like they should be yours? What is it that brings you joy? When do you feel centered, and when do you feel aligned? Who are you? Do you know who you are? So from that space, what are the dreams and ambitions that you feel should be yours? Okay. And I don't think this means yours in a possessive way, but it really means yours to express and cultivate out into the world. So, but the breakthrough demands a radical departure from some of your habits. So habits are, repetitive behaviors that we do over and over again. 94 to 96% of are largely unconscious or subconscious, and we're not overtly aware of them until you start to shed a light on it and you start to study yourself, okay? And the only way you change habits is by changing the largest part of your mind or mental activity, which is the subconscious emotional part of your mind, which the programs I coach people through are highly effective at doing that. And we see breakthroughs all the time. I saw breakthroughs all the time with patients in my medical practice using some of these methods and techniques and ways of thinking. And sometimes it's just a way of thinking, and that's why coaches, and I'm so grateful for my coaches and mentors, and they make a huge difference. All right, guys, so that was the next section of U squared. I want you to think about, what dreams and ambitions do you feel are instinctively yours? And this breakthrough is going to demand a radical departure from some of your habits. Okay, so start to think about your habits. Are your habits in line with those dreams and those ambitions that you truly feel are yours? Okay, have an awesome Tuesday. Please leave your ideas in the comments below. If there are any other things that you would like me to cover, I certainly will do that. I have a topic list running. Honestly, Norma, I don't know how you do this every day on TV. I don't know how my TV friends do this every day. Wow, I feel like I hit my terror barrier every single day going on here, but I hope that this is helping you guys, because ultimately that's why I do everything that I do. So this is U squared, guys, totally worth it. I have kept notes in here from years ago, and it's really cool to see how my own thinking changes from year to year, and how my own evolution has occurred. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'm trying different times of the day. Let me know if there's a time that's better for you to get on Facebook Live and interactives. And also, I actually have a closed group called the P3 Pod, the Power of Positive Potential Pod. I love dolphins and agape love and stuff like that, so I called it the P3 Pod. And that's for people who have grabbed their copy of my free ebook that I make available, and I'll put a link for that as well, so you can go there, grab your free ebook. And there I do more extended trainings and and webinars and cool stuff, and we can really do more interactive things. And I open up Zoom rooms, and we can see each other face to face and whatnot. So have a great day. Sending lots of love to all of you, and keeping awesome, and keep moving forward every day, guys. The world needs you. The world needs your special gifts, and I'm here cheering you on. And please let me know if I can help you and be of service to you. Bye. See you tomorrow.